Hello first grade students and hello first grade parents and guardians. This is Mr. Begay. It is Tuesday, December 8, 2020. Here is our reading lesson for today. Now first grade students, follow what Mr. Begay does. If Mr. Begay says repeat after him, make sure you repeat and say what Mr. Begay is saying because this is going to help us conquer this sentence here. This is our reading lesson. Now follow Mr. Begay. Wherever I move that mouse, I want your eyes to follow it also and repeat after me. Now, let's sound out this entire box together. Follow Mr. Begay. Repeat after me. Here we go. B-N. B-N. Ben. Ben. So this first word here says Ben. Now, let's go up here and let's see what these letter sounds make. Follow Mr. Begay. And. So this word here says and. Now, let's come back over here. B-N. Ben and. Now, if you put it together, you're going to say Ben and, which is already here for us. Ben and. Now let's sound out what this set word means. Is. Is. His. So let's come back over here again. Ben, Ben, and is. His. So let's come down here now. Let's read it together, first graders. Ben and his. Now, let's read this next word here. Here we go. Let's sound it out with Mr. Begay. Add. Add. Dad. Dad. Now, that word there says dad. Now, let's come back over here again. Let's sound it out. Ben. Ben and is his dad. Dad. Now let's read the sentence here now. Ready? Follow Mr. Begay. Ben and his dad. Okay, now you should be recognizing now these four words here. Now let's move to this next word here. Let's sound it out together. Follow Mr. Begay. Here we go. Went. Okay, so this word here says went. Now let's come back over here. Let's sound these out together. Here we go, first grade. Ben and is his dad. Dad went. Now let's read it together. Follow Mr. Begay. Repeat after me. Ben and his dad went. Remember, we sounded it out up here. This says went. Now let's go to this last word here. Ready? Let's sound it out together. Follow Mr. Begay. Here we go. Fishing. Fishing. Okay? Let's say it one more time. Fishing. Fishing. So this last sentence here says fishing. Now, let's sound it out again together. Here we go. Ben and is his dad. Dad went fishing. Fishing. Now, let's read it together again. Here we go. Ben and his dad went fishing. Now, first graders, here's what I want you to do. Mr. Begay is going to move the mouse to each letter. And I want you to say the sounds. Mr. Begay is going to stay quiet and you're going to say the sounds, and you are going to say this sentence as we practice it. Ready? Here we go, first graders. Follow the mouse, and you're going to say that letter sound, and you're going to blend them together. Let's do an example. When Mr. Begay goes here, you're going to say ba, N. And when Mr. Begay quickly goes like that, you're going to say ben. You're going to put it together here quickly. Let's try it. Ready? Remember, Mr. Begay is going to stay quiet. You're going to say the sound. And when Mr. Begay quickly goes like that, you're going to quickly blend those words together. And you're going to come up with this word here all the way. Ready, first graders? Here we go. Okay, now first graders, I want you to read this sentence now. Here we go. Okay, now, good job first graders. Now, Mr. Begay is going to come in again. I'm going to help you with this part. Let's read it again. Follow Mr. Begay and repeat after me. N, ben, and, is, his, ad, dad, went, fishing. Now let's read it together. Ben and his dad went fishing. Now you should be able to read that sentence now. Now here we go, first graders. Let's go to another example. Same thing. Repeat after Mr. Begay. Here we go. Ben. Ben. So this first word here again says ben. Let's move now to the next word. Let's see what this word is. Repeat after Mr. Begay. Took. So this word here says took. Let's come back here and redo it again. Ben, took. So let's come down here. Let's read it together with Mr. Begay. Ben took. So that's what that says now. We already sounded out. Let's move over here now to this next word. Sound it out. Let's sound it out together with Mr. Begay. The. So this word here is the. Okay? The. Now let's come back over here. Let's read it together. Ben, took, the. So it says right here, first graders, Ben took the. Now let's read this last word here, first graders. Follow Mr. Begay. Repeat after me. Pole. So that word there says pole, okay? So let's restart again from here. Follow Mr. Begay. Ben, took, the, pole. Now let's read it together, first graders. Here we go. Ben took the pole. So Ben took the pole. Now first graders, here we go now. I want you to do the same thing you did on the previous slide. Mr. Begay is going to point to each letter sound and you're going to repeat the letter sound. And when Mr. Begay does this, you're going to say that sound, and remember, when I quickly move my mouse like that, you're going to put it together quickly. Let me give you an example. Let me do this first one with you. Ben. You see how I did that quickly? You're going to do the same thing. Now here we go, first graders. I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to stay quiet and I want you to say the sounds. Here we go. Now read the sentence now. Here we go. Okay, good job first graders now. Ben took the pole is what you should have read. Now here we go now. Let's move to this next slide. We have here again a sentence now. We're going to sound it out together. Here we go. Is his. So that first word says his. Let's go to this next word here. Dad. Dad. So that word there says dad. So let's come back here again. Is his dad. So this says his dad. Now we sounded out this word in the previous slide, but let's do it again. Here we go. Took. Okay? Now, let's come back over here. Is his dad took. So right here you're going to say his dad took. Okay? Now, here we go now. Here's another word. We're going to sound it out here. Now, first graders, some sounds, okay, they're not going to look exactly like the word there. So as you can see, these four letters, they look different now up here. It's because they're going to make the sound that this is going to make. Watch Mr. Begay. Follow me. Repeat after me. Some. So that word there says some, okay? Let's come back over here. Is his dad took some. So let's read it here. His dad took some. And let's go down here to this last word. Let's repeat after Mr. Begay. Worms. Okay? Now, that word there says worms. Now, first graders, I'm going to move the mouse again. And when I quickly go like that, you're going to blend it again together, just like we did in the previous slide. Let's get ready. Here we go now. Mr. Begay is going to stay silent. Now, read the sentence, first graders. Let's give it a try. You read it. I'm going to stay silent. Okay, good job, first graders. Now, when we come to our story here, you see that? You should recognize now that title there as we broke it apart. You read it to me. Ready? Read it. Okay, good job. Now read it. Let's read it together. Ben goes fishing. Now first graders, here's what I want you to do now for your homework. I want you to copy the red rectangle, the purple rectangle, and the blue rectangle. And when you copy these, I just want you to copy these four. I want you to practice reading it. So remember, get a pencil and paper, copy these sentences down, just these four, And then I want you to practice reading it on your own.